The death toll in last week's suicide bombing of a Sufi shrine in Lahore, Pakistan, has now risen to 43. And this attack has provoked a new round of debate about what's really behind the mounting violence in Pakistan. For a first-hand perspective, we have reached Azmi Haq, is a political strategy consultant based here in Toronto, was recently in Lahore, and is on the line with us now to tell us perhaps what is actually going on in Pakistan. Good morning.
Good morning, Matt. How are you?
Well, I'm well, thanks. From your perspective, when you look at this politically and I guess symbolically, how important was this attack on the shrine? Why does this attack stand out amongst the bloodshed that we've seen there?
Well, 2 or 3 reasons. The first most important reason is that this Sufi saint called Data Sahab Ali Hajveri is perhaps the most important Sufi saint, Islamic Sufi saint from South Asia, possibly about 800 years old shrine. And so I think that it touches the very roots of people who are into following Sufism, but also people who feel that this is a max that could happen in terms of hitting a very, very sacred place.
Do we have any idea as to the real roots of this violence? As I mentioned, this has been unfolding for some time now.
Well, the fingers that are thus far, they're all pointing towards southern Punjab, unfortunately, which seems to be the new spot from where this kind of wave of terrorism is emerging. Because thus far, everybody was looking at the frontier province and the Wild West, the Fata area. But this is a new twist. And lo and behold, 55% of all madrasas in Pakistan are now based out of southern Punjab. And where the Wahhabi movement, which is not really a pro-Sufi element, is strong. And there is danger that the Wahhabis who are gaining strength in southern Punjab and who are pretty strong in the frontier province as well, have now the capacity to fan sectarian waves. Let's not forget this is a country which has more than 20% Shiites.
Is there something that, because people have been pointing those fingers rather explicitly, so is there something that the police could do, that the military forces could do to actually stop these attacks?
There is a lot of conversation about apparent intelligence failure. Now, it's failing on 2 tiers. First, at the federal level, where unfortunately there is a history, a 20, 30-year history of collaboration by certain tiers within the intelligence and the Islamist extremists. Now, of course, the government line is that collaboration, of which at some point the West was also part thereof during the Afghan jihad days, has now been truncated. Whereas people who have, there are 2 schools of thought there, and certain elements in the international community as well as within Pakistan's political circles say, no, that collaboration is still on. And of course, India also says that. So that's one tier, where people say that there's an intelligence crack, that not enough intelligence comes through. The second problem is the intelligence sharing between the center, which is Islamabad, and Punjab, where Lahore is the capital, where the bombing took place. Let's not forget, Punjab is being managed politically and run by Nawaz Muslim League, which is Pakistan People's Party's rival in the center. So there's a bit of a political point scoring taking place at this point.
And briefly, is it playing out here within the diasporic communities in the GTA?
Huge concern. Because people are beginning to wonder now that when is the yield point going to come? Because things seems to be slipping out of control, and there is worry that in a country where unfortunately there is absence of social justice, and there's widespread poverty and mismanagement, there is a danger of these hardline extremists hijacking the poverty and other issues and turning into a formidable political force.
Dangerous situation. We'll keep an eye on it. In the meantime, thank you for bringing us up to speed.
Thank you.
Good to talk to you.
Cheers.